Hello, this is Henri Piggies, previously deemed as AKA Mr. I Hate Everything when it comes to critiquing anything. If you caught up with anything that I've done in the past year or so, you know that I've genuinely been disliking to hating everything. Okay? From movies to albums, songs, games, you name it. None of it interests me. But today, I got a special request from my teacher. That's right, I'm here to critique Raise the Red Lantern so that anybody who has never seen it before can experience it for themselves. So, I'm going to get into it without spoiling much for you. I'm gonna, in short, tell you what the movie's like, a little bit of what it's about, and how I feel about certain, if not most, to all of the actors within it. All right, let's get started. All right, so Raise the Red Lantern is a Asian or Chinese movie that was set around the 1920s. All right, so it's very old timey. All right, it's when watching it, I felt gross. You know, I don't like watching things. I don't like watching too many things that are old timey because it gives me a sense of panic. It sends me back into this day and age that we are not in. I don't want to relive forget relive. I've never lived it. I don't want to relive something that I've never lived in. In fact, I don't want to relive what I've already lived. I don't know why they thought that putting the audience in the eyes of a character in a time before they were born was a good idea. I wasn't born in the 1920s. In fact, you'd have to be about, what, I say at least 60 to 70 now in order to go back and be like, oh, I remember those times. And actually, if you don't come from the Asian time, the Asian period, the Asian place, you probably wouldn't remember those times. So here I am, US, born years after this time was set in stone, and none of it, relates to me in the slightest. But let's just keep it going. All right. So to sum it up, the story is basically about a poor college dropout female who wants to get rich and really just provide for her family. And the only way she can is by becoming a concubine, which, if you don't know, that's the nice term of calling somebody a whore for a master who rules over this set amount of land and who is rich. That's pretty cliche if you ask me. But you know what? I digress. Let's keep it going. So, obviously, this character, who is the main character, she goes by Song Lin in the movie, or Song Lin in the movie. Her actress who plays her's name is Gong Li. Gong Li, her acting, I'd have to say, is pretty good. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. It's not winning top Oscar. Woo woo, but it's not complete trash either. I mean, I didn't enjoy it, but I didn't like it. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? It's like getting fries at a diner, and you're expecting the fries to be piping hot, well seasoned, but they're cold. You have to wait a long time to get them. You got to tip the waitress who doesn't even look well. You know what I'm saying? It's alright when I leave. It's alright. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody, but whatever. Her acting was alright. You know what I'm saying? She plays through the entire movie. In fact, it's rare that there's a scene where she isn't in the movie, so I hope you're ready to see her face throughout the entire film because I sure had to. And let me tell you, you're gonna get tired of seeing her. All right, there's not a lot of characters in this movie. All right, you can probably count the characters on each of your hands, I believe. But even with that, she still gets majority of the screen time. Anyway, she is a concubine to the master, who is played by Jing Woo Ma. And to be honest, due to the quality of how old this movie looked, based off the time frame that it's supposed to be in, I didn't even know that the master was this old. He looked from the distance like a pretty young dude. This man looks incredibly old. Do you see this? This man is old. So you got this young college dropout fooling around with somebody's grandfather. You know what I mean? It's just weird. But I digress. Who am I to call it a cliche? Who am I to judge movies? It's not like I'm a critic or anything, a critique or anything. But let's keep it moving. So the master, right? This dude has several other concubines. In order to be a concubine, right, you have to be in competition or you have to coexist with other concubines. So this man has a whole set of them, and they refer to Song Lin as sister, right? So basically, this master, this quote unquote master, this king who rules over his little kingdom, has a whole set of whores. All right, you got Mishin, right, which is the third sister. She's played by Safai. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Okay, no offense. This is just not where I excel at. All right, I'm from the U.S. Asian names don't come easy here. Okay, you got now she's the third sister. All right, Song Lin's the fourth sister. Okay, you got Jin Shun, who plays Euro, who is the first sister. Okay, and then you've got Cao Queen, who plays Zhu Yun. She's the second sister. Now, a whole bunch of stuff goes down with these sisters, all right? It's a lot of drama, right? It's intense. It's romantic. It's boring. It's extremely boring. You sit around for 2 hours and watch women argue. If I wanted to sit around for 2 hours and watch women argue and go behind their backs, I go to a family reunion. And then I gotta pay to see this? I don't have to pay to get to a family reunion. But I digress. I digress. So, it goes on. This happens. That happens. Plot twist. Oh, who could have expected it? Oh, the nicest turn out to be the evilest. Juice WRLD was right. The prettiest girls are evil. Who would have guessed? So boring. But all this goes on, and I'm not going to spoil much, all right? But in my opinion, the ending wasn't happy. The ending was tame, I guess. All of it was the equivalent of forget watching, all right? I might as well have been reading because this movie does not come in English. It does not come in English. There are subtitles. There are subtitles. Subtitles like I'm watching anime. All right? I have to read what they say. Half the time, it feels like I can't even watch the movie because I have to read what they say. And I don't even know why I would be watching the movie because it's like watching a PowerPoint. They stand still and don't do much for at least an hour and 40 minutes of this 2-hour film. Now, I will admit that I did like the background and detail designs in the movie. Oh no, seriously? Yes, I know. I like something. And it was nice, you know. The colors really popped, you know. The whole background was supposed to be dark and moody and grim, but they had these nice lanterns that lit everything up. Certain rooms had special designs and paints. You know, it all just really pulled everything together. But the characters, all right, the drama, all right, the romance, the betrayal, the jealousy, the boring, cliche. All right, I was expecting action. Now I know what you're thinking. Really, action? This is a 1920s Asian movie centered around a female college dropout getting married into a rich family. Like, well, what action were you expecting? Well, I don't know. All right, I don't know. Maybe something intense like war. There's no war in this movie. All right, there's nothing but conversation. It's literally the equivalent of reading a book. I could have read a book and got about the same amount of info from that book that I did from the movie. Which, by the way, if that was the director's point, if that was what they were trying to do, bravo. I'm done. I'm done. I've got nothing else to say. What? Well, you know what? Actually, I do. All right. As a rating, all right. How many stars am I gonna give this? Drum roll, please. 1. All right. It was poorly made. It was boring. It was insulting. All right. It was gross. Okay. I can't believe I even stayed awake to watch the movie through and through. I don't know why the movie had to end the way it ended. I don't know why things in that movie happened that happened. And I can't even get into how deep the movie goes. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a second side review so that I can actually speak on what I'd like to speak on in a movie for those who like spoilers. All right, that's it. Goodbye. Leave. Okay, I think we got it.